Hi everybody, this is Joe with Joe's Premium Firewood, bringing another fun-filled, exciting video. Today's video is my monthly inventory video. Before I get started on that, I want to talk to you guys for a second. I'll also show you what I'm wearing for the game today. Hope you guys know what game I'm talking about. I know Jake Morris does, Andy Fry. It's the Michigan Ohio State game. I'll let you guess who I'm rooting for. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is you see yesterday I posted that picture of Jamie wearing her Joe's Premium Firewood hoodie, you know, that she earned for helping me out back in September when I made a video of her. And I posted that picture of her wearing it, you know, and I ran into her at her place of work. I ran into her. I knew she was working. I seen her truck. I seen the grandpa truck. So I stopped in and talked to her, and just, you know, she hasn't had time to make it here. I just wanted to give you guys an update on that, you know. Plus, she's helping her father out as he goes through, you know, chemo and whatnot, you know, and so she hasn't had time to earn extra money for Jason. If any, you know, if like 100 people send $2 or something, I'm gonna give all the money to her. I know some of you guys have sent me money, you know, and I do really appreciate that. You know, helps for building my, you know, putting towards new equipment or whatever. But she needs the money more than I do. So if you guys can spare a few bucks, I would really appreciate that, and I know she would too. And then I hope to have her back here on the payroll again, making videos and help me out, get, you know, build up. But right now I don't have this. Day number 3 with no deliveries, which, you know, now it's starting to catch up to me because I keep buying wood from Mike and Herb. So, you know, so now my money flow is getting low. You know, it's just, that's how it is, feast or famine. But, you know, you just got to roll with it. So, all right, I'm gonna get back to the video now. So I think we're gonna start over here. This is the King's inventory, the King of Firewood. Hope you guys watched that live stream I did yesterday with him on my other channel. So this is what he's got split. I don't know where he's going to get this wood because it's all different types of crap. Some of it's good and some of it's just plain old junk. You know, some of this looks like cottonwood. I think that's silver maple. You know, I think it's an area where tree guys go and dump their junk, and then he goes and takes it, you know, and doesn't separate the dry, you know, with the green wood. So he just mixes it all together. I think there's some cherry in there. Some of that stuff looks pretty rotten. I don't know, that might be elm. I think that's cherry. But so that's all he's got right now. As you know, he traded all his inventory as boiler wood. You know, he sold half of it and traded the other half for his saw. So it was like a $1,400 sale for 10 cords delivered. So over here, this is what we got, what we moved up to the house. Like I say, check out that live stream video on my other channel. So we got this right up here ready to burn, and then this is most of the stuff that we moved up. Yeah, it's junk, but it's free junk, and it burns and it produces heat, and a lot of that's hickory. So, but yeah, you can see it's not the prettiest, but like I say, it produces heat. So that'll keep us warm. You know, we do have propane, but that supplements the bill, you know, so it helps out Mom a lot. You know, that's 500 gallons. If she didn't have the fire going all the time, she'd probably have to fill that up 3 times. And it's like $3 or, you know, 2 something a gallon. So, all right, over here, Bay 1. Yes, I know these black pieces, but, you know, I come to find out Phil was hardly doing any cutting. He basically went around and scavenged his whole woods and found all the pieces that Mike had cut back in the winter of 2018 and gave those to me. You know, they're still solid wood, but they're also waterlogged, you know, and they should dry, you know, within I would say no more than a couple months. Yes, I'd like to just buy all this bundle grade, but it's getting harder and harder to find trees like that around. You know, and Kelly I bought these off at Kelly, but his sister has more trees. He just needs to get them down, and I'll buy them off him. Then in here's my Bay 1 storage area, and I'd say, you know, 80% of this stuff came from Phil, and it was stuff, you know, stuff that Mike had cut and been on the ground for a while. But like I say, it's in here and it is drying, but you know, it's just gonna, if this is for when people come and pick up and say, you know, this is what you get. You should buy it in advance and I can get you anything you want. But you try coming and buying in the middle of winter when, you know, the selection is limited. So you get what you get. Sorry. You know, we usually store wood for us here, but we moved all that up. So this right here, this is what Mike and his brother Scott cut for me yesterday from that steep hillside. I wish I could have made a video of them. I'd like to see how they got it down there. But I paid them $120 for the stack. You know, I would say it's probably $250 worth of wood after it's split. You know, now that sales are slow, I got time to do splitting. And then in here, bay number 2, this is I posted a picture of all that wood that Mike, Zach, and Scott cut the other day. All that white and red oak. Well, and there is a little bit of maple in here too. But they got it all split. Or Mike did split it the other day, I think on Tuesday, and stacked it all in here. So, but this stuff is green. You can still smell it. Also, I got my quad trailer in here. It's missing a bearing on this tire, this wheel. Mike put like a washer on there to hold it down, you know, but this quad trailer is probably on its last leg. So let me come around here. I think this is all red oak right here. And yeah, it's got fungus on it. Wah, haters. Wah. It'll burn. And you tell me the inside isn't solid and nice and premium. So then these are the bundles I got made up right now for the store. Hopefully, you know, that I don't need more because that's all the wood I got for bundle wood, that dry sassafras. So usually they go through maybe 20 during the winter time, you know, because it's mainly campers that buy from me. And then here's the other side. You know, that's almost all white oak right there, at least on the top. I see some red oak towards the bottom. There are a few pieces of silver maple in there. So, and over here we got some more wood for Mom. You know, as we're splitting back here, you know, splitting whatever the bundle wood during the summer or some cherry. Those are the rejects. Then I got this stack of mostly dry cherry. I'm sure that top row is dry. I got those blocks from Herb. That stuff looks a little greener to me. That's somewhere like semi-season. So I would say by the first of the year, you know, cherry dries pretty quick. Somebody was desperate, you know, I usually save that for people that request it. That's the driest cherry I have. And back here, if you've seen the video yesterday of me running the saw with Herb, this is the load that I had in my truck right there. You can see, you know, it once split, it's easily make an oversized truckload. I didn't want to put too much in because of the weight. I had Mike split the last truckload I got out here. I had him split the dry silver maple, put it on this side, and then all the oak I've had him throw onto this side. You know, so when I go to load up, I'll put that stuff in first towards the front. You know, I know silver maple isn't the best for heating, but my customers don't burn for heat. They burn for pleasure. You know, they want to watch Caveman TV. So there's a few more pieces. Most of this is oak, but there are a few more pieces of maple in here. And I think after this video, I'm going to push the splitter back here and just get this pile split and then go watch the game. So right now it's like about 10:30. Then I got some back here that my supplier Tom brought me. I was trying to sell it to one of my regular customers that burns a ton during the winter. You know, if he got it to his house now, it would be dry by February, March. He said he thinks he has enough, but I doubt it, and he'll be calling me, and then he's going to be paying more because I was going to sell him an oversized truckload delivered for $150 of that semi-season stuff. Now he's going to be paying $175 for dry stuff, and if I got to make a special trip out there, it's going to be $190. And I got a couple blocks over here that's left over from Adam splitting, but that I usually put some in between those trees there. But Mike will be filling this area up as soon as deer season's over. And you get back up on Josh's property where all the tops are at. So, and it's easy to get into the woods now. I'm sure glad I don't have the snow like Beck 40 Firewood and Larry Cluck has. So right here, this is going to be my summer campfire wood. Mike did just split some, I think he's just split this pile right here. This is all, that was poplar he did a week ago, but there's cherry and maple mixed in right there. You know, I just fill this whole area up. It should be good to go by May or June, even though it's not stacked, you know. It's like, I can't stack everything. Now here, right here is my cherry inventory for the restaurant. You know, they just got a load from me last week, and Mike and Zach went and got all this right here. And then I think he split it last Friday. So the next load I get from him, I'm going to take from that side and then refill it up. So I just try to make sure I keep this area full. I'd say there's at least probably close to 3 oversized truckloads right here of just cherry for them. So let's head over this way and go to, this is a pile of boiler wood I got. It's starting to build up, you know, as we get these pieces in and produce it, but it's my large rejected pieces. So I'd say there's close to 1 truckload right there. So, but I got a little bit more down there, you know. My customer, Mike, bought it from me. Just lives down the road, my neighbor. He bought, he's the one that got all the wood for my brother too, for the saw and $700. Fire up the truck. Let you guys see the mileage. See where we're at. Not sure why it's flickering like that. So I don't know if you guys want to watch me or watch the road, but I got to, let me, this is how we get the door locked in. Any predictions on the score of the game? Well, of course, by the time you watch it, the game will be over. So, there we go. You can, I'll get this back out so you can watch. You don't want to watch me. So I got that from that Pam. That's the log I took back from her. I just cut it in half, called it boiler wood because it was green. And Mike and Zach brought me some boiler wood the other day. It's definitely not the best I've seen. I mean, some of the pieces are really lightweight and rotted, but some of it's even pine. But I only paid them like 40 bucks for 2 of Mike's truckloads. All right, stop right here. I don't know if things have changed much down here since the last video, but we'll show you. Yeah, I guess I did. So this is mainly where I keep all my hickory or green wood. And you know, when Mike and Zach had the splitting contest on my original channel, they got it all split. Obviously they did not use, they used the splitter after the couple pieces they did in the contest. And I would say there's probably 1.5 oversized truckloads right here, something like that. But it's real nice stuff. You know, hickory though, it rots so fast. You gotta get it before it sits on the ground for too long. It does rot way fast. And then I got this is left over from like the last delivery I did to the other place that takes any kind of hickory. I mean, there's like, you know, maybe 1/4 truckload right there. And then I'll show you what I mean by hickory wanting to rot. You know, this is stuff Mike got out of the woods from Josh's property. You can see, you know, it's got a little bit of decay on the outside or rot, but the center, you know, that's still good solid wood. It'll burn fine. I think while I'm down here after the video, I'm going to cover these piles up with tarps, just so you know, when the snow comes, I don't want it to be all frozen together. I guess that's how I'm going to do it. I got a couple tarps, I think, behind the pile there. There should be a blue one and a green one back there. And like I said, this is all hickory. And then here's my long cut stuff. I did have a guy, I got like 2 or 3 people that request long cut stuff. And my main guy ordered a truckload, so I got maybe half a truckload of it left here. So basically when the guys are out cutting and they cut pieces too long, it comes down here. Occasionally I will have them specifically cut it just to make sure I have a truckload ready for that #1 customer that buys from me like once a year. And back here we got, this is where I put all my green wood. I got that this summer back in August. I pretty much did all this by myself. Some of it is from my log supplier Tom, but most of it's oak. There is some honey locust in there too. So whenever I get green wood, except for what Mike just put inside bay 2, but I know I'm not going to sell that for a year. It goes back here, and the reason this is open is because power company had to get to that transformer, and at least they didn't just like plow through it or, you know, knock it over. They at least stacked that in front there. I mean, I don't mind that. And plus I hardly ever build up, so I don't see it doing that, you know, getting this area filled like it has been before. Here's some more wood from Mom that we forgot to get in the video, but you know, the live stream video, but my truck was pretty much full. So all right, I'm gonna run up to the store real quick and then come back and do some splitting. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys at the next one.